For some use cases, the distance overlay can be used to determine distance to the nearest feature, but can also be configured to count the total number of features in range. For this example, a geographical count of nearby schools can be created. For features to interact with the distance overlay, they require an attribute to indicate the distance at which they can be found. To set up an example, hover over the Buildings button in the ribbon bar until the drop-down appears. Then click on Edit Function Values. The Function Values window will open. At the bottom of the Function Values window, find the Function option and click on Add. This will open the Function Selection window, with which to add an additional function to the list of editable functions. In the Education category, find and click on the Contemporary Education Building function. Click on Select to add it to the listing of functions. The Contemporary Education Building function will now be listed. Click on the name to select it. With the new Contemporary Education Building function selected, find the Attribute option at the bottom of the window. This option will allow adding an attribute to a function which indicates a distance at which a building may be found. As attribute, enter education _ distance. Click on Add. The attribute will have been added in the overview of attributes. Find the column named education _ distance. Change the value to 500. This will mean the feature can be found at a distance of 500 meters. The Function Values window can now be closed. In the ribbon, hover over the Overlays button until the drop-down appears. Then in the Grid Calculation group, click on Distance. This will add a distance overlay. The list of overlays will open in the left panel. The distance overlay will be selected and its details editable in the right panel. Find the Attribute input field. Click on Select to open the Attribute Selection window and use it to find and select the Education Distance attribute. Click on Select to confirm that selection. Then, click on Update Now to recalculate the overlay. When the recalculation has completed, the result will be a map of the distances to the buildings of the specified educational function. The maximum distance calculated is the 500 meters configured previously. In the right panel, find the Count Hits instead of Distance checkbox and ensure it's active. Then recalculate again. The result is a map not of the distances to features, but of how many features are nearby. Nearby being the 500 meters configured previously. Each feature has a circle drawn around it, and where the circles overlap the color changes to highlight the presence of 2, 3, or more schools.